Lift the chin. So come very close to the lash line and do like a thin line. And with a very small detailed brush, it helps me to really manipulate the pencil even more, like to drag it. It does also have a little bit of a pinky color, so it will help take away a lot of the darkness that are usually on the eyelids. And smile again.
I think if this had been a darker black, it would be like not as natural looking. But
yeah, no, absolutely. No, it looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hi Melissa, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you. How are
Good, great, great. So glad to be here with you today. So we'll do like a really nice, soft, dewy, like just a very beautiful makeup just for you to go out and feel like the best version of yourself. So the first thing, I'll just get out the hair out of the way.
Thank you.
So tell me, do you have any allergies?
No, none.
Okay, perfect. And do you are you wearing contact lenses?
No.
Okay, lovely. That's great. So I'll just start by cleansing your skin.
Thank you.
So I'm just taking micellar water on a bit of cotton, and I'll start to remove any excess makeup or pollution or anything. So would you say your skin is more oily or combination, dry? Like how do you tend to feel your skin?
It's probably a combination. I think I have quite an oily T-zone, and then the cheeks are quite dry.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah, I just wear sun cream in the day. I don't usually wear makeup.
Okay.
But I have a very moisturizing sun cream.
That's great. I mean, to protect your skin from the sun is the most important thing to maintain a healthy skin. So that's lovely. Okay. So now that I've cleansed your skin, how does it feel? Nice and fresh?
Oh yeah, really nice and fresh. I
Lovely.
like the feeling of cleansing.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'll use a bit of serum, and I'll start with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Dew Drops, and it's just a very nice serum where it will boost the hydration of the skin but also add a bit of glow. It's very, very nice and very lightweight. I like to massage this on the whole of the face. It also smells amazing, doesn't it?
It does. It smells like I could eat it.
Yeah. So just massaging it everywhere in the skin. And then we take it around the neck area too. And when possible, I try to give a bit of a massage. Next, we will use my favorite moisturizer primer. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And this product is absolutely amazing. It's an oil-free moisturizer primer. So it's great for all skin types, especially if you have combination skin, then it's brilliant. It's very rich in texture. But when you apply it on the skin, it just gives you that enough hydration that your skin needs for makeup application, and also makeup grips on top of it. So it's very, very nice, and it smells amazing. The thing is with makeup and skincare is if you don't apply enough moisture on the skin, what will happen is that when you put your makeup on, the skin will start to absorb all of the makeup if you haven't moisturized correctly. So it's really important that you add enough hydration to your skin. And also give this a bit of a massage. For your day-to-day, I wouldn't say that you need an added primer with this unless you have more oily or combination skin, which I'll show you now what I recommend. As we're still in the moisturizing part, I go ahead now and put a bit of lip balm. My favorite one is the Laneige. It's amazing. I'm almost finished with this, so I have to get a new one. So by the time we finish your makeup, this would have had enough time to sit on your lips and really nourish your lips.
Okay.
And the last step, I'm going to take my ordinary, this is the eye serum. I've just decanted it so it's not as heavy. And just very lightly, I like to hydrate around your eye area. So it's mainly underneath, so then when we apply concealer, it's smooth. How does it feel?
So nice. I love putting moisturizer on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I do feel like when I wear makeup, it just doesn't feel like moisturized enough and hydrated enough, I guess.
Exactly.
So I'm loving this.
That's amazing. Well, that's the whole case because hydration is the core thing of makeup. If you haven't hydrated enough, nothing is going to look the way that you were hoping for it to show. So in that stage, I'm going to use primer. Now, because you have more of an oily T-zone, my favorite one is this one from Hourglass. This is the Veil Primer. It's absolutely amazing. I take just tiny bit amount. And with my finger, I just start to apply it in the areas that it's more oily. So it's mainly the T-zone and this part of the cheeks here. Now, this specific primer helps to make your makeup more waterproof. Whenever I use it, honestly, the makeup lasts so good, and I've been using it for years. So I trust it a lot. Okay. And I'm also massaging it into circular motions, and it will further make the skin feel very, very smooth. So do you tend to wear any foundation or just your tinted sunscreen?
Mainly during the week, just the sunscreen. Only if I'm seeing friends or family, I guess sometimes I'll put makeup on.
Sure. Okay. So I'll prepare now for foundation. Just sanitizing my mixing palette. All right. So my preferred foundation for you will be the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Now I'm gonna use the shade number 3, which I've decanted it into a small container, but it will be just nice to show you how it looks like. Okay, so I never really like to use more than 1 pump of foundation because I find that otherwise it becomes very, a lot. If we don't need it, we don't use it. The other thing I'll use is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and this is one of Charlotte Tilbury's iconic products. It's a glowy tinted foundation where you can use it by itself, or you can mix it in with foundation or put it on top of foundation, so it really depends on how you want to use it. So for Melissa, I just want to apply some on the high points of the cheeks. This is, by the way, in the shade number 3, but it's a very sheer product, so as soon as I apply it, it just melts into the skin. So for the foundation, as I said, we'll put the Giorgio Armani shade number 3, but I'll test it out first. So I'll just get your chin to look to the other way. And just putting a small stripe. Yeah, this is perfect. It's just exactly the same color of your face with the neck, and it's really good. Now for your specific face, I've chosen to blend the makeup with MAC 170 brush. The reason for that, it's very, very dense. So it's going to give you a fairly good coverage and make it look seamless. And it's a very good size as well. So I start by applying some of the foundation on, like dot it around. Also we can use a sponge, so it depends. I just usually really like brushes. Okay. Now one tip, if you want to get a more full coverage out of the foundation, you can just leave it for 30 seconds to dry down, and then it will have more of a tacky kind of, it will not be as creamy.
Oh,
So it'll have a bit of tackiness where you can work out the product. Yeah, so if you just leave it for a few seconds. And another tip is, when you want to get more of a full coverage out of your foundation, you literally go with tapping motions. If you want more of a sheer kind of look, that's when you start to spread out the foundation. So we'll do a bit of both and mainly focus the coverage in the middle part of, in the center of your face. Yeah, not in, yeah. So I start by softening it and buffing it into the skin. And I'll just get your other side. And if you can just twist like this. Yeah, lovely. So for me, foundation always has to be very natural. Doesn't have to be heavy, and it doesn't have to be full coverage, because concealer will be the one that we'll need if we want to add more coverage or to cover spots. We will use a concealer. What happens is, if you start by putting a full coverage foundation, that if you don't need it, it will just end up looking very cakey. So that's what we're trying to avoid in general, not only with Melissa. So that's already just one layer of the foundation, and it's melted on your face like butter. Looks amazing. Okay, I'll put you more towards that way. How does it feel? Relaxing?
yeah, it's really
Tapping
relaxing.
the face.
It's like it almost feels like a massage as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Lovely. So tapping, tapping, tapping for now. So next we are going to use a little bit of corrector. Corrector is when you correct the tone underneath your eyes or anywhere on the face. So for this, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish in the shade number 1. And you don't need a lot of this product, like very little goes a long way. So just using a small amount of this, and open your eyes. Open your eyes. I'm using a MAC 217 brush, but it doesn't matter. You can even do this with your finger. It's absolutely fine. And you know, you can always use the brush that you have for your eyes, for other areas of your face, whether it's to apply concealer or to apply or to cover any spots or various things. So brushes really depends on what you're working on can be used in different parts of the face. And open your eyes. Lovely. Okay. Next, we're going to do a bit of concealer, and my trusted one, I've been using this for years and I adore it, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. On Melissa, I'm gonna use shade number 1C. It's C stands for cool. Lovely. And open your eyes. So concealer, I'll saturate some of it here in the beginning part of the eye and a little bit on the outside corner. Because lots of us, we have the lines. You don't have to put it where you have the lines, just around the inner part of the eyes where it's most important to apply this. We will do the exact same trick as we did with the foundation, but perhaps for even longer, where we will leave the concealer to sit for a good 30 seconds, if not a minute, because it then becomes tackier, it blends easier and quicker and smoother, and you get a better coverage. Yeah? Lovely. Okay, I'll leave this for now for a minute. I'll then blend it out with this Sephora brush. It is the number, it's called Pro Airbrush Concealer. It's an amazing brush for concealer. Really buffs, it's the right size for under the eye area, so it's really nice and easy. I do have lots of options, but this is one of my favorites. Yeah. I'll start to tap it in. Now, you don't want to blend too much, because if you do that, you're going to remove product. But you want to blend enough so then you can blend out and not have any strict lines. So it's always a bit tricky, just in the beginning though. So yeah, just make sure that you're not removing what you've already applied. Also, when you leave it to dry, it's kind of easier to let it blend. So what I like to do is I don't literally blend the whole thing. I tap, and then where are the borders of the concealer, I start to put my brush, tap and go down, and this really helps to diffuse any lines. And open your eyes, look up. Another thing is, when you blend concealer, you don't have to apply it until the lash line, because anything you put there, it will crease. So it's totally normal. That will happen with most concealers. So better focus on this part of the under eye. Also, we're not gonna powder anything now until we come towards the end. Because then we might want to add or remove products in a little while. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. So and now we'll do a little bit of contour, not too much, very gentle. And for this, I'll use the Patrick Ta. This is his contour and sculpt in the shade She's Statuesque, and I'll use it with his brush. It's amazing. And just take a little bit of this product and then you literally work it in. You don't want to put a lot, and then you have an amazing bone structure already, but I'm gonna further enhance that. Okay, so just a bit here, a little bit on the other side, and this brush almost does the work for you. So where I'm applying it is where this part of the ear is, and I'm saturating the color there. As I blend, I like to take it up to blend it and further lift the face. And I'm doing the same exact thing here. And just a tiny bit around the forehead. This will add a bit of sculpting, but also a bit of warmth. Now, if you ever apply too much, then foundation brush, and you can go back to really pressing it in. So this specific brush is almost like a sponge. It's quite firm, it's quite dense, so it really blends everything. Now that we've done like a very gentle contour, we did it with cream, but because you have combination skin and we also want to get that more perfected look, I'll further enhance this with a powder. And for this I'll get the Hourglass Ambient Lightening Powder in the shade Dim Light. This is amazing. I've just removed it from its original packaging. As you can see, it is quite a grayish color, but when you put it on the face, it just looks beautiful. You know, a lot of the times probably you would find it hard to apply bronzer because they would be quite muddy on your face, especially that you have light skin. But imagine, even on my skin, this looks amazing, and it just gives you the most beautiful, effortless, contoured look. So literally tapping it in, and use quite a big brush, not massive, but like a medium size, so it gets saturated in the area that we want. Will also give you like a nice flush. It's not totally matte, but it's not glittery either. It has more of that kind of very fine and refined shimmer. So it sets your skin, but at the same time it will really give it a nice luminosity without having any glitter on your face. And you see how I'm just tapping it in. And don't worry about applying too much, like you could never do a mistake with it. And by the way, it does come in another shade called Radiant Light, which is another more golden color. It's beautiful if you want more of that sun-kissed look. And it doesn't feel heavy either.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
None of it feels heavy, which is quite surprising.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Lovely. All right. Now in that stage, I'll move with a little bit of blush. Now, because you do have a little bit of oily skin, I'm not going to use cream today. Usually, sometimes I would use both a cream and a powder, but today I just want to focus on using more powder. Lovely. So, just trying to check what color I'm going to use on you. Let me see you. Yeah. So I'm going to mix the two colors. This is MAC Melba and MAC Warm Soul. I'll go with the same brush as well because it's perfect size for your cheeks and for the area that I want to apply. So I always make sure to get the product on the back of my hands. My suggestion is when you put blusher, you don't have to smile, because if you do smile, you will apply very low the blush. So if you smile for us, Melissa, now, I'll apply it here, and when Melissa stops smiling, it will just drop down. So it's much easier to just come from the center of the face and go up, and this will just really give the illusion of a more lifted face. And obviously blush can make you look really healthy, so I like to give the effect as if you just came back from the park and you had a run, and it looks totally natural, like flushed is the right word. Um, I tend to like to go back with my foundation brush and further push everything together again. And you can see we still haven't added any powder to the face to set the makeup. I like to do that later, because when you apply powder, that means that you can't really change things anymore. Everything that is applied is settled in. So I do like to have the option to leave the face to melt. In terms of, when I say melt, I mean for the foundation to kind of merge with your face and with the rest of the products, and then come back to it and do any further adjustments. Okay, and you see I'm not swiping, I'm just tapping in. We will leave the skin for now. We'll move on to the eyes and then we'll come back to it. So I'll just brush the brows slightly up. Okay. So with eye makeup, you always have to apply a base before you start. In most case scenarios, you can use your concealer as a base, but for today, I'm going to use the MAC Paint Pot. I've just decanted it. This is in the shade Painterly, and it's an iconic product. It's been in my makeup kit for years, and I love it. I use it all the time. Because the texture is a bit like, it's not dry, but it's just that perfect kind of texture where you apply it, you don't need to put anything on top of it to set it, and eyeshadows grip on it really well. So I'll take quite a bit of this product and apply it onto both eyes. It does also have a little bit of a pinky color, so it will help take away a lot of the darkness that are usually on the eyelids. You can also apply this with your fingers. And open your eyes. You can see now very clearly how amazing it works and how it takes away all of the redness, but it still adds a bit of life. It's not totally flat. So do you tend to wear eye makeup, Melissa?
Not that often. When I do put makeup on, I usually just use a bit of brown eyeliner.
Okay.
Yeah, just so it looks a bit more natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Well, it's not about putting up a lot of makeup. It's about just enhancing and giving you the best look possible without masking your face, you know. Great. in that stage, I would like you to have a look as well so you can see.
I'm so curious.
Yeah. Here you go.
Oh wow, I love it.
Can you see how it just tones down?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and if you don't want to wear makeup, you can just use this by itself without putting anything else
So
on top of it.
nice.
Yeah.
I love the colour.
Yeah, because you know what? If you use concealer is meant to be very creamy, and it will start to move around because it always needs to be set, especially if you're gonna wear it by itself on the top part of your eye. Obviously, you don't always have to set underneath, but if you just want like a quick like canvas for your eye, MAC Painterly Paint Pot is the way
so
to go.
good.
Yeah?
The foundation looks really pretty as well.
Yeah, no, it is
Oh,
amazing.
I really like it. It's
Yeah.
like that natural, like, cutesy.
Yeah, exactly. Without being overpowering, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
I've
Na-
how good my skin looks in it because I have quite a few breakouts, but
yes, but
they're covered.
yeah, the thing with breakouts is I didn't try to give you a full coverage because whatever is on the skin, there's nothing. If you cover it 100%, then I feel like you're almost emphasizing them even more.
Yeah.
Because if the bump is there, it is there, and there's nothing you can do unless obviously you're going to an event that is late at night and there's going to be no sunlight. Then that's when I would opt more for a full glam, like more full coverage. But if it's for day-to-day basis, it's best to just give slightly cover them, slightly cover the spots, and then with the concealer, we're gonna do this a bit later, we're gonna spot conceal and just try not to think about it, and then just emphasize something else on your face that you absolutely love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I usually tell my clients, just try not to think about it.
Draw attention elsewhere. Yeah.
Exactly. So for brows, I'll use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the eyeshadow. Brow pomade, brow powder duo in medium brown. I'm using on Melissa the very light grayish tone because obviously anything else will be quite dark. And this brush is also amazing if you're gonna apply powder on your brows. It's the Zoeva 322 brow line. So you start where there are less hairs. So it's for Melissa, it's gonna be this outside corner, and with a spoolie brush, I'm just further fluffing them out. You can do this with a normal eyeshadow. It doesn't have to be like a specific eyeshadow that is for brow. I'm just using this because it's quite convenient and it works really well. We will go back to the eyes now, and I'll first use a cream eyeshadow and then I'll add the powder one on top, just so you know we can show as many things as we possibly can. All right, so for cream eyeshadow, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury, the Eyes to Mesmerize, which are the pots. I'll show you, they look like that. But the shade I'll use today is Champagne, and it's a very nice ivory color. It's so lovely. So now with this product, if you're gonna put it on top of concealer, what I recommend is you apply your concealer, then powder the concealer, and then you use the Eyes to Mesmerize. Otherwise, they will tend to crease. But because we have used now the paint pot from MAC, then it's not necessary as much. So close. And look how amazing this is. The other nice thing about those paint pots is that you can first do all of your eyeshadow and then just come with those and apply them on top. So they're pretty convenient for lots of ways to use them. But that's absolutely beautiful. So make sure to apply it on the mobile lid and just a little bit in this inner corner of the eyes. And open your eyes, Melissa. Lovely. And a little bit underneath here. Beautiful. Okay, and whatever is left on my brush, I'll just use it underneath the brow. This will just provide like an overall luminosity to your eyes, and it looks very nice and effortless. Yeah. Okay. Now, because Melissa's face, everything is very delicate, I don't want to overpower her. So we'll keep everything quite muted and soft. Do you agree, Melissa?
Yeah, I mean, I love this style of makeup, so.
Yeah. You know, a lot of the times makeup has to suit your personality as well. Like if you're quite calm, and like makeup has to kind of enhance you. Not only enhance your face, but it has to work with your overall personality, how you dress, everything. Okay, look down.
Yeah, I think it kind of matches the clothes I'm wearing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So before I go ahead and put the powder product on top, I first remove any creases. For the powder item, I'll use the Stila eyeshadow. This is in the shade Kitten, and if you like champagne colors, this combination of the Charlotte Tilbury together with this Stila, it is match made in heaven. It's amazing. So look down for me, and I'll start to just tap the in. You can of course apply this with your finger too. I just love brushes, so a lot of the more sparkly shades you're much better to apply with your finger. But for now, with this specific one, you can also use the brush, and it's absolutely fine. You see, when I want to get a more opaque finish, I like to keep tapping it on, not slide my hands, more tapping. This will ensure that it really grips with the first eyeshadow that we applied, and it will look more pigmented. All right, and open your eyes. Amazing. And we'll do the other side. So first, remove the creasing. So just adding a bit of this Stila Kitten in the inner corner. This will really help to bring light in this area, and it looks really nice. And whatever is left, just under the brow bone. Great. We will match a little bit your top, because it's a beautiful shade. And wow, it's almost the same. This is one of my most loved eyeshadows, you can tell. Bobbi Brown Antique Rose. Sadly, it's discontinued, but they have now stopped doing the big pans of eyeshadow, and they just have them in the palettes. So technically it still does exist. And just tiny bit of this in the outside corner. So again, I'm just tapping this in. Open your eyes, Melissa. Okay. A lot of the times when you're doing your makeup yourself, it's much better to have your eyes open so you can see where you're applying the color. With this, I just want to add the tiniest amount just for a bit of brightness, really. Okay. Next, I will take this shade here. This is from Dior in the shade Mineral. It's one of their single eyeshadows. And it's a brown, but it's very kind of sheer and undone, if you know what I mean. So start with this in the outside corner and open your eyes. I'll put you more straight ahead. I just want to give you more of a lifted effect, so I'll try to take this towards the direction that I want to take your eyes in, yeah? And it's not about applying a lot of product, is where you apply the product makes a big difference. So you see, I'm just touching and lifting it up. Now, when you're doing eye makeup after you've done the face, sometimes eyeshadow might fall down. So my favorite way is just as soon as this happens, you just take a big brush, clean, and you flick it off.
Okay.
I'll do a little bit more just in the outside corner and lifting it up. And open your eyes. Lovely. So you see the brush is in the same angle of where I'm doing the makeup. And don't worry if it goes too high, because that's something we can always correct. And just add a tiny bit more. I mean, especially when you're looking down now, it looks magical. All right, I think it's time for you to have a look as well, so you can see. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, it really does remind me of like the Charlotte Tilbury.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's insane, right?
I think it really, it sounds really arrogant, but I think it really suits me, like the style.
Yeah. No, it looks amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. It really suits you to have like those kind of bright, very fresh colors. But now we will further enhance this with another sparkle. I know a lot of people are really scared of sparkles, but honestly, I'll change your mind because it's so nice. For this, I'll take the Bobbi Brown. It's called Luxe Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Moonstone. This is absolutely insane. You'd apply it obviously with your finger. So it's a very beautiful, like champagne. And a lifted chin and look down. And I'll come just in the center of the eyes. So starting from where the lash line is and really just pushing it in. Those eyeshadows are amazing because they really look incredible, both in real life and on camera. They are never too much. I mean, yes, they are shimmer, but if it looks nice, then that's what matters really. A lot of the times I say to my clients, I'm like, makeup is not invisible, but if it suits you and it looks nice, it will look amazing and it will give you the effect that you want. It will look natural. So I'm really focusing it just in the center and really applying it from where the lashes begin until kind of the middle section. And this will catch the light amazingly well. Okay. Open your eyes. All right. I think I really want you to see how this looks as well now with the sparkle.
Oh.
And it's not too much.
It's not too much at all.
No.
It just makes your eyes pop slightly more.
Yeah, exactly. Happy?
I'm so happy.
Lovely.
I love this style of makeup so much.
Yeah, me too. Okay. I'm back with the Dior Mineral eyeshadow. And look up for me. And I'll use a bit underneath the eyes. Remember how I was telling you that you don't need to use concealer in that area, like very close to the lash lines, because most of the time you can go with an eyeshadow and apply it there, so it's going to cover anyways that area for you. Okay. So let's move into pencil. Have so many options, so it takes me ages to decide. Okay. So I'll use the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil, and this is in the shade Limitless Brown. But I'm going to sharpen it first. Great. Okay. So look down, Melissa, and lift the chin. So come very close to the lash line and apply and do like a thin line. Now the thing that is unique about this pencil is that it's quite smudgeable, like it's easy to manipulate. So when you smudge it in, it looks like eyeshadow, so it's great. You can see I'm just going on the lash line and applying the color. And open your eyes. Lovely. And look down. Can you feel how I'm getting almost on your lashes?
Yeah.
Okay, and open your eyes. Lovely. And now with your eyes open, I'll just get the eye pencil lifted, like to go a little bit outside. And open your eyes. Lovely. And then with a very small detailed brush, it helps me to really manipulate the pencil even more, like to drag it. Open your eyes. Lovely. And with a small brush, I'll smudge it, and I'm going towards the brow, the same direction. And you can go like several times on the same area to really emphasize it. Lovely. It's nice to soften your pencil. It gives you that much softer look and more diffused. It just requires a little bit more patience. And open your eyes. A lot of the times when you have your eyes open, you can see much better what you're doing. Okay, look down now. The other thing you can do is take the brush directly onto the pencil and do it that way too. For some people, this might be much easier. And open your eyes. Lovely. So I'll continue with this. Okay. I'll go back to my blending brush and further blend this out. Because it's not that we're trying to create like a winged eyeliner, we're just trying to give the illusion of an eye that is more lifted and just going upwards. Open your eyes. Lovely. Okay. There is another way where you can really add a lot of depth to the eyes. You can use more of a gel eyeliner and just tap it on the lash line. I do have it in brown, so I think it'd be maybe nice to do it to see how it's gonna look like. It's just gonna give us a lot more drama. This is the Inglot eyeliner in the shade 90, which is a brown shade, so you will see what a big difference it will make. So I'll take some on my palette. And because it has dried a little bit, there is a way to revive cream eyeshadows, and this by using the Inglot Duraline. You can use it for any of your eyeliners or cream eyeshadows. It's amazing. You apply just one drop and it will totally change and will make it moist, and it will be ready as new. Then just, you see, as soon as I mix it in, it just goes totally liquidy again, as if it's new. Yeah, I love this product, it's so good. All right. So look down, Melissa, and lift your chin. Yeah, open your eyes, look down. So I'm just literally touching the lash line like this. Open your eyes. And open your eyes. Great. Without overpowering, it just really emphasizes your lash line. Okay, and look down. This specific eyeliner is extremely, extremely long lasting. So make sure that when you apply it, it's you know exactly where you want to apply it. Now this time I'll use it for a bit of tight lining. Tight lining is where you apply the product underneath the lash line. So when we apply lashes, you can't see any difference. You can do it with either black or brown, but with Melissa, I'm sticking more to the brown because I feel like black is gonna be very, very harsh on her. Do you tend to wear black?
I tend to wear brown as well.
Yeah, brown is much better
Black
on
only
you.
if it's like a party or something.
Yeah, exactly. And look down. Like brown on you is much more harmonious with your face. Whether black will be quite aggressive.
It becomes very dramatic.
Exactly. And just open your eyes and look that way.
Which way?
Yeah,
This way?
that way, and look down. So let's now apply mascara. The one I tend to use is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is the waterproof version. Are you okay with waterproof?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll just take a disposable mascara wand. And Melissa, your eyelashes are insane. Like they're very long, they're amazing. So I'm not gonna do too much, just a tiny bit of mascara. All right, and now lift your chin and look down for me. Okay. Okay, I'm just literally zigzagging from the bottom, like from the base of the lashes and going upwards. Open your eyes, lovely, and look down. Yeah, your natural eyelashes are amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Open your eyes. Yeah, you can see like just 2 strokes and it looks insane. Okay, look down. I will actually go again with the same mascara spoolie and just further brush them through. Just to give a bit more of separation. All right, open your eyes. Great. So now that the face has sat for a while, I'll go back with my foundation brush, just kind of tap everything over in some of the areas. Actually, one of the best ways to cover the small spots would be with a powder, like mineral powder. Sadly, I don't have it with me now, but usually like the MAC one would be amazing. The one that is in the black, I think it might be called MAC Studio Fix.
Okay.
Where it's just like, it's a powder foundation. Yeah, that's what I meant. Powder foundation. It's amazing. It's so good. It covers amazing, and it looks super natural, and it lasts as well. And it's much quicker to do. Much quicker. For today, I'll use my MAC palette. These are very thick concealers, but I'll just take a tiny bit to literally just go over a few of the spots, and I'll add a bit of powder too. Just very little. As we said earlier, sometimes it's better to leave them to show rather than really masking up the face. Because anything you try to cover too much, you emphasize it more. So just going on each one of them and trying to cover them individually. Sorry. Okay, lovely. All right. Now I can see the face now has already produced oil a little bit. It might be also because of the environment that we are in now. So I would like to go with quite a dense brush, such as something like this, or you can do that with a powder puff. So actually, let me do the powder puff. I think it would work better. So I'm just saying, if you don't have a powder puff, also a brush that is a little bit dense would do the job really well. Okay. So this is the powder puff. It's the same one like I have here, but it will really help to push in the product into the skin so it doesn't look powdery, and it's quite nice and long lasting as well. So I'll try a little bit of the Huda Beauty Easy Bake. This is the loose powder, and it's amazing. I believe this is shade Pound Cake, yeah. So I'll take that onto my puff and really push the powder inside, and I'll start to really roll it on. Yeah, this really does like magical works, and it really helps also close any pores, give you a natural look and long lasting as well. So you see, I'm just really tapping it in, tapping and rolling, tapping and rolling. A lot of people are scared of powder, but it does make the makeup look more flawless. Do you tend to use powder, Melissa?
Not really, no.
No.
I've always been a bit scared of it because if I do it too much, I thought it might make me look really white and pale.
Yeah. You see, the color that I'm using, it works on your skin, but it would also work for me and even slightly deeper skin, depending also how you apply it, how much you apply of it, what you've applied underneath it. So yeah, it really depends on each person. But I feel like on you now, it really kind of gives you that more of a flawless look. The other area that a lot of people get shiny is around that area here. So I'm just really pressing it in. And here. And the last area that also would be nice to powder would be underneath the cheekbones. This will also further emphasize the contoured look, but in a natural way, always in a natural way. Yeah, okay. All right, at that stage, I will add just a little bit of highlight, not too much. Again, I adore Hourglass. I do have some Hourglass highlighters, so I'll use maybe a little bit of this one, which is quite delicate. I'll mix a bit with the white. Just add here. Just the smallest amount, you know, just to give a little bit of freshness. The thing is that when there are a little bit of few spots, it's better not to use highlight because it tends to emphasize them. But the Hourglass ones are a different thing. All right, lovely. Great. In that stage, we can also apply a little bit of setting spray. Do you tend to use any setting spray, Melissa, or no?
No, I've had it free as a tester.
Okay.
And I've only ever tried it once, and then I didn't really know how to use it properly.
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing that will help your makeup to be more long lasting is applying powder. But sprays are also very good. My favorite one is the Airbrush Flawless one from Charlotte Tilbury. I've also decanted in a small bottle. So if you close your eyes for me, I'll start spraying you. I like how also this step will help to melt all your makeup together, which is even a bonus. And then I just take my fan and like to fan it out. Open your eyes. I feel like it really just brings also back the radiance in the skin after you've applied powder. Okay, great. Beautiful. Now I can't finish the eyes without one of my all-time favorite products. This is from Laura Mercier, and it's their Caviar Stick in the shade Metallic Taupe. I just adore this. It's a cream eyeshadow and it's beautiful. Open your eyes, and when I do these nice champagne shades and quite delicate, I do like to enhance it on the bottom part of the eyes and just using my finger to blend it out. Open your eyes. Yeah. Lovely. And look up. I feel like this also really opens up the eyes and makes the overall look even fresher. Great. All right, and look down. Just here there was a little bit of eyeliner, so I'm taking my Q-tip now that it has completely dried and flicking it off. Lovely. Great. And I'll go back with my favorite Bobbi Brown Moonstone and just further enhance this, because when you're doing and applying and you're blending, sometimes the colors get lost. So it's just nice to go back and re-emphasize it. So just again in the center of the lid. All right, open your eyes. Amazing. And I'll bring you that way. These type of shimmers are also best applied with your fingers. Oh, Melissa, it looks amazing, especially when you have your eyes looking down. It's just magical. Okay. Okay. So, in terms of lips, do you tend to like to put stuff on, like lipstick on and stuff, or?
Yeah, I really like lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
Quite baby pink colours, I think.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. It's exactly what I like as well, but in more of a matte.
Yeah, I really like the colour you've got on, actually.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Yeah, mine is, I think it's actually a very, very affordable lipstick, but it's the only one that I love the color of it. I can show it to you. Oh, actually, I have it here. So my shade is this one. This is from a brand called 17.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
I actually found it one day randomly at Boots. I think it cost like £2.
£2? Oh, that's
Yeah.
so good.
And it's that very, very baby pink. It's amazing. Do you want to have the same?
I don't
Shall we
mind.
try? Shall we try a little bit to see? But honestly, like with those kind of very lightish pinks, they're really hard to find in the market.
They are. I always find they're too
They're too
strong.
warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're too warm. There aren't a lot of like cool toned ones. And this is the only one that I found that the texture of it is also quite nice, where it's not too glossy but not matte. So it has a nice kind of in the middle consistency. Let's just try a little bit of it. 1 second. And smile. And they have actually other very, very nice colors. And smile more. Great. You see how nice the texture is? Obviously you had a little bit of lip balm on beneath it. And put your lips together. It's nice, but I feel like it's a little bit too cool for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's worth, trying it out. I will show you and tell me if you agree as well.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot stronger on me than on you. Yeah, that's so interesting.
So obviously, because we have very different coloring, on you it's quite pronounced.
Yeah.
So I think something more muted and a bit warmer would be better. So let's smile again. Let's get this out.
So interesting how different it is.
Yeah. The other reason why it looked the way it did on you is because your natural lip color is much darker than mine.
Oh.
So I have quite a light lip color. So anything that I apply on it, it looks different than it would look on you, for example.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, it would look different. Okay. So I've chosen the Makeup Forever. This is called Artist Nude Cream, and this is in the shade 02. And then I'll top it up with the Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss, and this is in the shade Ibiza Nights. So let's try this combo out, but I do think it's gonna look amazing. Let's start with the lipstick first. It's nice, we want very like soft colors, muted. Yeah, let me see you. Yeah, much better. You see, this has just a tiny bit more warmth than the previous one. I'll just turn you more that way. And with this type of look, we don't really want a lip liner. We don't want to do too much of a structured look. It's more relaxed. And smile. This also has a very nice texture. It's very pigmented, but at the same time, it's very comfortable on the lips. And smile again. Okay, let me show you how beautiful this looks.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
This is probably what you pictured. So this would be
That's
kind
what I
of
thought
my
that one would look
equivalent.
like, yeah.
This is what you thought you were gonna get from the cool toned one. Yeah, that's right. But that's the thing, is that it looks different when you apply it on different people.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
I think that's happened to me before, where I've watched a makeup video on YouTube and I've wanted the lipstick they're wearing.
Sure.
And then it hasn't looked as good on me. So
Yeah,
I guess that
exactly.
might be why.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And as I said, it really makes a difference on what color are your lips. This will totally change how a lipstick would look. So I'm going now with the Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss in Ibiza Nights, which is this one. So just for an added sparkle. Oh, wow. And with lip gloss, I only like to put it in the center of the lip. And I just like to go back with my concealer brush and just clean up.
Oh, wow, I love the gloss. Oh, yeah.
It looks amazing, right?
Yeah, like it's not too strong, but
Yes, it's just kind of enough to...
and it goes quite well with the whole thing. It's very united. I guess all the things go together really well.
Yeah, they blend together really well.
I love it.
So let me now get those things off. And just get back the hair. Lovely. All right, now I would say look down so we can show in the video. Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm in love. So nice, so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Oh. You look amazing.
Thank you. It really matches my top as well.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the makeup? Do you feel like you learned a lot of new tips today?
I think the eyes were my favorite. Like learning how you do the kind of the sparkle on the eyeshadow in the center. And how it's brown instead of black is also really useful, because I think if this had been a darker black, it would be like not as natural looking. But
yeah, no, absolutely. No, it looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.